So this program, the one with the multiple numbers, comma separated numbers per line, uses what's known as a nested loop. That's a loop, so we have a for loop inside of a while loop. Let me show you a simpler example of a nested loop. So this is a for loop inner inside of a for loop outer. And so the outer loop is traversing a string with three elements in it, string AA, string YY, string ZZ, and the inner loop is traversing on a string which has string MMM and string OOO. So stop the video and see if you can predict what will happen if I run this program. All the way on the inside of the innermost loop, I print outer comma inner. So just take a minute or two. First of all, how many lines of output will there be? Answer that question. And secondly, what prints out on each line? Okay, let's go ahead and run it. Assume you've done due diligence here. So here we go. So there are 6 lines that print out because you have 3 times 2 combinations that are going to print out. And the way this works is the outer loop starts with outer set to string AA. And then for string AA, the inner loop will now cycle through MMM and OOO. So that's what you see here. AA, MMM, AA, OOO. So now the inner loop is done, and the cycle now begins with the outer loop. And now the outer loop, outer becomes YY, and the inner loop will now cycle MMM and OOO. So you see these lines. Then the inner loop is done and the outer loop goes back, and the last element in the outer loop, ZZ, is now outer is that, and the inner loop cycles MMM and OOO. Hence you get the last 2 lines. So you can see that there are 2 lines beginning with AA, and there's 2 lines beginning with YY, and there's 2 lines beginning with MM. And the reason that there's 2 lines with AA is because the inner loop goes executes twice. So what would happen, and I'll let you play with this, if outer was set equal to MM, comma OOO, MMM, comma OOO, and inner was set equal to AA, YY, ZZ. In other words, if these 2 lists were exchanged, what would happen? See if you can predict what will happen. Make that change, run it, and see if you're right.